Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Happy May. Happy middle grade May.
Yay.
Happy out of work for the day.
Yeah, exactly.
It was funny because somebody at work, their phone wasn't working, and for some reason I'm the IT person. So I've just accumulated this extra responsibility. And I go on to so I'm talking to the IT person for the phone. He's like, "Do you have an IT person there?" And I'm like, "Okay, if you can't help me, we're just."
Yeah.
I was like, "Sorry, Jen, can't help you today." So it was a long day, and I didn't get done the things I was supposed to. So
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Let's start with you guys. What are you reading for today?
Well, I've got a whole bunch of things that I'm actually currently working on.
Surprise.
Yeah. So I started Shadow of Night because, it's a big chunky one. Because, why not have a gigantic middle grade TBR and add some really chunky ones to it too. So I figured I better get started. And then I started this one because I can only find it either an ebook or print. So since I already had it, couldn't find audio. So I thought better get started on it. So Nightman Sun, it's kind of a mystery of sorts.
Okay.
Oh, fun.
And then I was looking because I was thinking about doing a video, since it's Zombie-a-thon, finding some middle grade zombie books.
Oh, okay.
And then I seen that this one was on there and I had it. So that's why I decided. So Dead City by James Ponte. I got the audiobook for that one.
Nice.
And so that's currently what I've got on the go. I finished a book today, though, so that kind of helps.
Wow, well done.
Knocked one off and added one on.
Good start to the month.
Yeah, get your first one in on the first month.
That's
first
right.
day. How about you, Sarah?
I'm reading all the weird, depressing things. I'm reading Quackery, the one about the weird medical. I'm about 20% of the way through it, and I've got it on audio, right? I kind of like it.
I would think
those kind of nonfiction are my favorite kind.
It's the whole chapter on arsenic. And they go through all the weird things that they used arsenic for that, killing people. And then, but then they go through how it is still used today properly, or radiation, things like that, what they used to do with radiation.
Okay. Yeah.
To what it is now. So, and there's some humor in it too, which is kind of good. And then I've got both of these on audio. And then the other one, of course, I'm reading It's One of Us by J.T. Ellison. It's a thriller. One of my viewers said that they didn't care for it. They found it meh. And I'm like, okay, maybe I haven't gotten there yet because this is really good. I did not know. I didn't read anything going into it. And I'm really, it's not where I was expecting it.
I think when it comes to thrillers, everybody is so different.
So subjective.
Because I've read one J.T. Ellison book and I didn't like it very well, so I haven't tried any other ones. But yeah, so
the only thing is when I do review this, the only stipulation I have is that this does deal with infertility, and anyone who has issues with that might not want to read this. But other than that, so far I am really enjoying that one. So yes, that's what I'm reading. What about you, Lee?
I am reading a middle grade, and it is 365 Days to Alaska by Kathy Carr.
Okay.
So in this one, their family originally starts out in backwoods, Alaska, no power, no electricity, no running water. They have to hunt for their own food, and the kids love it. And cool. It seems like their parents are going to get divorced, and they're going to wind up going, I think, Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
And they hate it. So that's the premise, I guess, that they said, give it 1 year, 365 days. And if you absolutely can't stand it here, you can go back.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's kind of it. We'll see where it goes. I'm not that far into it yet. So let's see what's going on in the chat, what everybody has going on today. Pat's here. She says, good evening, everyone. Listening to Hangman by Louise Penny. Nice. And Ashley said, hey, y'all, reading From Whom the Bread Rolls by Sarah Fox and Strawberry Girl by Lois Lenski. I like that one. Val said, hi, hope everyone is doing well. I'm not participating in middle grade May, so instead I'm listening to Copycat Murder by Jen McKinley while cross-stitching.
Excellent.
I just put that as the title. You can read whatever you guys want. That's totally fine. You can't be here if you're not reading that.
Clearly nothing I am reading is middle grade.
Yeah, I'm just trying to hype it up a little because I'm a host.
Right?
So, but
Yeah.
guys, read whatever you want. Alicia says, hello, everyone. Currently reading The Van Gogh Deception by Darren Hicks, middle grade, blue, and spotlight on the cover. Really fun book.
Awesome.
Nice.
I think I've heard of that one.
Nadine said, hi, reading The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston, a contemporary romance. Picked up 7 library holds today. We could do 25 hold requests. I've absolutely no self-control. Still waiting on 11 more. I'm allowed 5. I'm like, I don't
Really?
get, yeah.
Wow.
Like to wait, like to have a hold waiting, only 5.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. When I see
Is
all
that like at your on Libby or at your regular like
on Libby, I don't think we get more than that at my library either.
I was gonna say like mine even on Libby, I think I can do 10 on hold.
I've got 20 for Toronto on Libby.
Yeah, even when I see all the cool stuff like other people's library have, like activities and this and that, like mine doesn't. Maybe it has like a few things in the summer for kids. Most of the time, it's like, oh, taxes for seniors. Like that's it. Like there's nothing fun and cool going on in my library.
I went to the library today to see if I could. Well, I had to drop off like my slew of them that I had for April and everything. And I thought, well, I'll see if I can find some of the books that I want to read, the middle grade books and stuff. Because sometimes my library actually has them. That way I can hold them up and I don't have to worry about editing so much and everything. But yeah, I found a few and may have picked up a couple of extra ones there.
Of course.
I just looked because I was curious. So Toronto allows 30 holds on Libby. My local, wait, this gets better. The Ajax Public Library allows 999 holds on Libby.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, I'm just going to put every book on hold.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like, I'm like, okay, 5, that's
I
it.
want to know who's gotten to that point.
Right?
And how much do you read?
And I'm just going to keep these on here just in case. Or,
Yeah, they're probably the person who like, oh, I'm not ready for it yet. Read, like
right.
push it to the back of the line.
I do that quite often. Oh, I'm not
Push
ready.
it back.
There's nothing wrong with it, but you don't have 800 other books on hold to go with
Right.
it.
But I wonder if a lot of those are just because if you know you're going to read like the super popular books and you know it's going to be on hold for like 6 months or 6-month wait,
Yeah.
you just probably throw yourself on the line knowing you're not going to get it anytime soon.
Well, yeah, it's like
Toronto doesn't do advanced. Like Toronto might have books they've purchased, but they don't let you put a hold on something that hasn't been released yet.
oh,
Yeah, my local library does. So I think this book comes out in 6 months. There it is. Let's put it on hold.
Yeah, some of my on Libby, they have a coming soon and they'll let you do that.
Yeah, coming soon. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I
like
would say.
me and my friend Barb, she had 2 thrillers that she would like to buddy read, and one of them's The Last Word by I can't remember what his name is. He did that No Exit. Taylor Adams, is that it?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think it's his newest one where the lady does a book review on his book and he doesn't, and she starts getting stalked by the author or something like that.
Okay.
Or whatever, and she wanted to read that one. Yeah, I'm like, well, I got that one on hold. It says like 6 weeks maybe, and then so she's like, oh, well, she'll go put it on. So hopefully we can try to get it to where we both might get it around the same time, because it's like if one of us gets it ahead of time, we can always put it back a little bit until the other one.
Right.
And
That's what I did with this current buddy read. I was like, all right, I'll just push it back a little till we're ready. Okay, push it back a little. I'm like, let's just make it now because I don't want to keep pushing it back.
And then there's a new one by, I think it's Megan Golden or something like that. That something about a survivor. I can't remember. But yeah, it said like 18 weeks or something like that. So
Yeah.
I was like,
Wow.
we may get to those this year, maybe.
No, when I see some of them, it's just like several months wait, and it's like one copy, 320 people are waiting. I'm like, that's not several months, that's several years. I'm like, it's not coming around to me.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm just going to save my money and buy it.
unless the people ahead of you are like speedy readers and they read it, because I feel bad sometimes because I will get a bunch, but then I don't get to them until later and stuff. But if there's too many people, because like it'll show you like there's like 15 people waiting for this or something, and I know I'm not going to get to it, I just let them have it and I put myself back on the hold.
Yeah. That's the
And I also always hope that people kind of in the middle, just like, because we only have 5 holds, go, I don't want to waste this hold on this one anymore and just let it go. So then,
Yes.
that can
Yeah.
And it's
push me
funny
over.
though too. It's like, oh, I don't have time for that one, so I'll just go and put myself back on. Let somebody have it and put myself back on hold. And like the next day, it goes, "You've got this book, and it's the same
Yeah.
book." And I'm like,
You're like,
The
okay.
next person did the same. Yeah, I'm not interested right
yeah,
now.
they did the same thing. Yeah,
Pushed you.
playing hopscotch.
Right. Exactly.
Dog or whatever.
That's funny. Cav said, hi, everyone. I'm starting off middle grade mayhem with 2 books, reading Letters from the Lighthouse by Emma Carroll, World War II mystery, and listening to Nevermore by Jessica Townsend, fantasy. Very
Very
nice. And 2 different type of books, too, so you're not, like, stuck in the same kind of category.
Mhm.
Cajun said, hi, everyone. Reading The Littlest Library. And Tina said, hi, y'all. Happy Monday and happy May. I'm reading When the Grid Hits the Fan by Maddie Day, and I want to start a manga. And Jessica Lynn said, hi, everyone. I will be reading The Amazing Days of Abby Hayes, book to start my middle grade May. A book a day thing I am hoping to do. I forgot about that. A book a day in May as well.
Yeah.
Good for you, Jessica.
Forgot about that. Purple Rain says, hello, reading Dangerous Alterations. I think that's one of the Sewing Circle books. I think.
So.
Jesse said, hello, hello. I am reading or listening to Gone Missing by Linda Castillo.
I just finished that one.
Jen said, hey, y'all, tonight I'm listening to Toxic Toffee by Amanda Flower.
We're bringing Amish in April right into May.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Anita said, greetings. Tonight I'm going to continue Steeped in Secrets by Lauren Elliott.
Nice.
And Sherry said, on my way home, hello, everyone, listening to Project X by Stuart Gibbs, or reading If Bread Could Rise to the Occasion by Paige Shelton. I'm loving these titles.
Mm-hmm.
Courtney said, hi, everyone. I'm reading Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. And Annie said, hi, all. I'm listening to Freak the Mighty by Rodman Philbrick, a middle grade.
Oh,
And I'm
good.
trying really hard whenever I hear a middle grade one that sounds good to
It's
not just
just-
like borrow and just put it on my little tag thing.
But she's busy over there, like, writing every title down.
Storm says, how do I get a library card for those 999 holds?
Toronto Library card.
Yeah. How do I get that?
Debbie said, hi, all. Reading Saturday Night at the Lakeside Supper Club by J. Ryan Stottle. Actually sounds like a cool title. Alicia said, Lee, that book sounds good. Yeah, I've had this one on my TBR for, I think, like 3 or 4 years now. So I'm like,
That one's like more of a like contemporary, isn't it? Kind
yes.
Of. Yeah.
Yes.
I think you read a lot more like contemporary ones.
Yes. Because there is something I do like about it still being just very like real and like of today contemporary type of thing, like things that are going on.
Yeah. I'm like hit or miss with like middle grade contemporary. Sometimes I find one that's like, oh, I really like that one, and other times it's like, oh, this is really boring.
That's how I feel about some other one. Depends, hit or miss. Danielle said, hi, everyone. Hello. Jessie said, I have Night Book coming by A.J. White, which Storm recommended.
Yay.
Jessica Lynn said, once I finish my May book for the day, I will continue with Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Had to carry it over from April because of Hoopla being down yesterday, and I lost the audiobook. I did hear about Hoopla down.
Okay, I tagged the 365 days to Alaska, and if you like it, then I can.
I'll let you know. I'm more in it for the Alaska part, so.
Yeah.
That's like buzzword for me, so I'm with you on that. Yep.
Yeah. And Sherry said I get 30 holds at my library.
Nice.
Very nice. And the studio says, hi, everyone. I'm reading a middle grade Ghost Light by Kenneth Opel. Tina said, one of my libraries through Libby allows 6 holds and 6 loans, and the other allows 20 holds and 20 loans.
Mm-hmm.
Tina said, I'm glad that one allows me more books because better selection of cozies. That makes it better then.
Mm-hmm.
My library allows 30 holds on Libby. Courtney said, I'm also excited about middle grade May. I've already finished 2 books. I don't know why I needed a special month to read all the middle grade I want. Courtney, I feel the same exact way.
Yeah.
I've been like hoarding them all for right now instead of just like reading one a month and, doing what I want.
And I would give a shout out to Bookathon too, because there's a Bookathon going on, and it's about reading spooky middle grade. And
Oh, fun.
I think it's like a week long, and I don't remember like the dates, but I'll have to look it up.
There's an Australian booktuber, Pages with Paige, and she tries to put out like as many like monthly every readathon that's in that month that she could find. Like,
Yeah,
and
I've
then
seen
she
some of
breaks it
those,
down. Yeah, she does like month, 2 weeks, a weekend edition. She tries to like keep up everybody that she watches.
That's awesome.
And it's cool because she's in Australia. You kind of get a bunch of different ones that we probably wouldn't be on our radar necessarily. Danielle said, I'm starting out tonight with Dawn and the Impossible 3, a good babysitter's club.
Yes.
And Jessica said, I have a question. Is manga that age rating is 12 considered middle grade, or is it YA?
I would consider it middle grade.
I would
It's
think
12 years old.
It's
Yeah.
middle grade, yeah. I think so. Karen said, hi. Ooh. Hi, Lee. Hi, Storm. Hi, Sarah. Hi, everyone. Tonight I'm reading Ascendant by Michael R. Miller, a fantasy. Very nice. We are caught up on the comments and a little late past the time, but that's fine. You guys want to do a sprint till the top of the hour?
Sure.
All right. I don't have a fancy cat. I just have a banner. So
That's okay.
happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
Hello, hello. How were your sprints?
Good. I got to page 63 in Dead City, which is about 22% in the audio. So very funny. It's good so
Yeah.
far. It has me chuckling a lot.
Awesome.
What about you, Sarah?
Garrett and I had the big decision of what to have for dinner. We couldn't decide what to have for dinner, which took us about 40 minutes to make that decision.
Can
So I
I
had a
guess?
bowl of cereal.
Oh, okay. I was
So
gonna
I
get
got a chapter of the book listened to.
okay. I was gonna guess mac and cheese, so
Yeah, no. I couldn't even feel like cooking anything tonight. You know what I mean?
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
How'd you do?
Good. I got to chapter 6, and this is so cool to like hear. Like, so they came into New York Airport, and then they drove to Connecticut, but just to hear all of like the little things that I don't even think of that were so loud and so busy to them, and like taking in. And I've seen this happen with people for whatever reasons, like getting on an escalator, like they didn't want to do it, like that was a lot for them. And then and I would find this weird because I would think if I'm in Alaska, all the crazy noises I would hear, and there were the crickets outside, and they're like, we can't go to sleep with all this noise going on. And I'm just like, wait, there's no crickets in Alaska? Like, let's go there right now. You know? So it's
That's
cool
awesome.
to see like the differences of stuff. I like that.
For sure.
Yeah. So Elizabeth messaged me. She's going to get herself together, and then she's going to come on.
Awesome.
So let's see, we have Lisa said, hi, y'all. I'm reading Tell Me What Really Happened. What's that about? That kind of sounds like a gossip story.
Yeah.
You know, a tell-all. Amy said, hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late. I'm reading for the start of middle grade May, Fable Haven by Brendan Mull. I'm at 40%. But now I'm switching to Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library by Chris Grabenstein.
Let me know how Fablehaven is. It's like one of the next ones up since I can only find it in like print or ebook. So since I already have the print, and I have to start all these print ones at the beginning of the month so that I can read on them throughout the month.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious if it's good or not. So.
Ooh, that Tell Me What Really Happened is a YA thriller.
Oh, okay. I can see that being like for a thriller too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Piki said, reading my middle grade May, The Secret Life of Mrs. Finkelman by Ben H. Winters. Like School of Rock movie, only opposite. Music teacher was in an all-girl rock band forced to play to help school. So snarky, funny. That actually sounds like
nice.
She forgot all about the sprints. Yes, she messaged me on Voxer, but I don't really go to Voxer that much, so I wouldn't have even thought to go there to send a message. So. There's so many messaging apps and stuff out there. Yeah. It's like it's hard to keep up with like where's everything. Yeah.
Well, that's like whenever with the whole like middle grade May stuff, like it didn't even pop up that I was getting any messages or anything until one day I seen on like my email, it says, you've got so many, messages from. I'm like, what? Oh no, I almost missed it.
She missed like the whole conversation, and I didn't even bring it up to her because I just thought, oh, she doesn't want to do it this year. No big deal. Like, I didn't know it. I was like, oh, she doesn't want to do it. No problem. That's funny. Pat said, I listened to 10%, trying to find the book Aggie Moore in The Body Under the Piano. I'm trying to find the audio or paperback. My library does not have it. I don't have Audible.
Oh, boo.
It's not on anything like Hoopla or anything? No, of course not. I
had to actually buy my copy on Audible. It's the only way I could listen to it.
I get it. That's how they do it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Anita got to 29%. Purple Rain to 37 pages. Jen did, I listened to 17% while cross-stitching. Very nice.
Very good.
Jessica Lynn did about 25 pages. Tina did 12%. Sherry got to 63% of Project X. Amy got to 37% in Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library. What are you thinking of it so far? Val I got a chapter in after feeding my kitties and got sidetracked with a couple of YouTube videos. Happens to me every day. Happens to me.
Mm-hmm.
Even today, while I was trying to fix the phones at work, I got distracted by one of those like recommendation videos on the side, and I was like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Come on, get back on track." Daniel's got 37%. Nadine 27 pages. Very nice. Alicia, a little more than halfway. This book is so much fun. Really enjoying. Nice. Jared's here. Hey, I joined in time to read. I'm working on a thriller right now. Well, tell us what thriller you're reading. Ashley read 2 chapters. Tina said, so far there's been a good bit of intense scenes and I keep expecting the killer to get revealed. I'm 55% in. That's not going to happen anytime soon. Sometimes I don't want to know who killer is too early on because then you're like, well, what's the point in the rest of the story? You know, you're waiting for them to like wrap it up.
Well, it's like, you know, when you're reading like a cozy and you find out like the killer and all that stuff and you look at the percentage and you're like, what are they going to do now? There's like an awful lot left.
I'm going to take a recipe.
I don't like that much ending wrap up stuff, you know? I'm like,
47 pages of recipes.
Right, exactly. Because you picture it's just going to be, okay, the person goes to jail if they even tell you that. And we see how the town wrapped up, you know, and maybe set up the next story. That's it. Amy said, so far, Fable Haven started out a little slow, but now it's getting very interesting for me. I'm liking it better now. The studio said, on page 148 of 387, chapter 10 of 28, by Ghost of Ghostlight by Kenneth Opel. Amy made it to 67%. And Cav said, I listened to Evermore while I walked, and it's very cold. But the book is fabulous, and the narrator is amazing. Kind of gives me Harry Potter vibes. Very nice. Trixie Belden said, I'm late, but I'm reading Moon Garden by Michelle Barry. You are not late. Anytime you come in is totally fine. Amy said, so far, Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library is fun, but I like the movie better. Yes, I watched it first. It's fine.
I haven't ever watched the movie.
I watched it afterward. Yeah, I think it's on Netflix. Or it was at the time.
I'll have to look and see if it's on.
I thought the movie was good. I thought it was a little bit different, but very good. Here comes Elizabeth now. Hello, hello.
Hello. Hey there. So sorry I could and I don't like usually try to come on Mondays is because my husband's home and we usually we're actually right now we're watching Star Wars in timeline order. And we're in the middle of Clone Wars, so we're not that far into the timeline order. And we were just about to watch Clone Wars, and I was like, oh my goodness.
All good. All good. What are you going to read? What are you reading tonight?
Well, I figure I will pick up, I haven't picked up a middle grade. I was working on my other 2 read-alongs, the misread. And I started also, I don't have it in here, the Southern Sewing Circle. I read a chapter of that, but my middle grade book that I definitely want to get to is the last in the trilogy, the Randoms trilogy. I don't know if it's David Liss or Liss, Liss. Anyway, this is a fantastic science fiction adventure, and I have not even really worked out my whole TBR. This is what I'm thinking of for the diaspora. It's about a Navajo boy. Like them getting put on a reservation or anything. It's sort of like predates all of that. So I don't know if it really count for that, but it's a Newbery winner that I haven't read from the 1930s. So that's what I was thinking of reading. And it's off my shelf, so it needs to get read.
Kill a lot of birds with one stone.
I don't know yet.
Yeah. Okay. Lisa said 3.5 chapters. It's a thriller. Tell me what really happened. Okay, cool. Jared said it's an older one from 2013, The Impossible Dead by Ian Rankin.
Oh.
And Jen said, hi, Elizabeth.
Hey, Jen.
Amy said, Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library movies on Paramount Plus. It's where I watched it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know there was a movie. How fun.
I currently have that right now because it's one of the apps that I've decided to watch a few things on, so I can.
There you go.
Awesome.
There you go.
Oh, I was say hey, back to Jen. So Jen left the Voxer group for the Those of the Earth discussion, and I was like, oh, I guess Jen decided not to read it. And then later I saw that thing like off all social media for Lent. So I wondered, are you going to pick back up with that at some point, do you think, or are you just giving up on it? If you are, I'm not mad at you, but it's a big commitment. But it's worth going back to the book, whether you come back to the group or not. It's fine.
Let us know, Jen. Studio said Ghostlight takes place on the Toronto Islands and involves lighthouses that destroy evil ghosts. The characters need to release souls that have been devoured by one evil historical ghost.
Yeah, I know. I need to read that immediately.
That really sounds like an original.
I put a
Chronological.
tag on it. It was really hard not to put a borrow because it was I tagged it. I told him, I said, I'm having a hard time every time somebody mentions a middle grade book. I just want to, if it's ready to borrow, I just want to like, instead.
You need to sit on your hands, Storm, and not do any button
Oh,
touching.
the cover is fantastic.
It is. It's
That
very pretty.
one, is that a middle grade book that Donna was talking about? Ghostlight?
Yeah, the
Oh,
ghost.
It's by
Yeah.
Kenneth Opel, the one that you read the Hatch. What is it? Hatch. Something like that.
Oh yeah. Are you gonna
Yeah.
read that this year? Hatch and Thrive.
I need to finish that trilogy because I started it.
The third one was my favorite
Really?
of that. I just went back and I was looking at my review of that.
Trilogy about alien plants. So
Yeah. I
Yes,
know,
it
Jen. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking
Said,
ahead
no,
at the next moment.
Hey, Elizabeth, Jen said, I do really want to read it. I just don't know when. Maybe at the end of this month when we are going on a 2-week road trip. Very nice.
Nice.
And I mean, you can always just chink away at it too. You don't have to set yourself up for a big time commitment. You know, that's what I'm doing with the second one. That's what I did with the first one. I just kind of like chinked away at it. Hey, Donna.
She says hi. See, usually
No,
somebody
I don't
else
watch
is
her
running
singing.
the show, so I can look at the books as well. So I'm just going to stop so I can also look at Ghostlight.
remember I was talking about like the couple of thrillers that me and my friend were wanting to, but there's like a long wait list or whatever it is. Well, one of them just came in.
Of course, it always
Right
happens.
before one of them just came in.
Always
It was The Only Survivors by Megan Miranda.
Ooh,
And-
okay.
And I texted her and I was like, okay, so how long is the wait on yours? Because I can push it back or whatever it is. And she's like, oh, I just got mine too, because she got the print book from the library. And she goes, it just came in. So I was like, well, do you want to add it into the so
You know what you guys are reading now.
Oh, it's a 10-week wait at the library, but it's $11 for the Kindle edition, and I have 2 Audible credits.
But an Audible credit, if you buy one, is 11 and change.
14. Actually,
Yeah, I was
it's a
gonna
US. It's $14.95 in US dollars. So we're now looking at like $18. So I'd be better to buy the Kindle edition.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Damn you people! If it didn't take place on the Toronto Island, I wouldn't care as much. But I want to read it for that
Sure.
Yeah,
purpose. I'm
Only
assuming the
Survivor
author's
one?
probably Canadian.
probably. Let's see. Yep, he was born in Port Alberni, a mill town on Vancouver Island.
Oh, so he's from the West
is
Coast.
that the Ghostlight one or whatever?
Yep,
Yes,
but
it
he,
is.
but he spent the majority of his childhood in Halifax.
Oh, okay. Oh, he went from one end of the country to the
And
other.
that's exactly what he said. So he actually looks exactly like a guy I work with, which is weird, but
It's kind of weird whenever you like look at like authors, because I don't really pay that much attention. A lot of times I don't go and read their author bio, and a lot of people do, but I just don't really do it.
Mhm.
But like I went and like checked like Chris Grabenstein the other day, and I was like, he's a goofball.
he totally is. The book is by Kenneth Opel, Oppel. Yeah,
Oh.
no, he's total. He's a total dork. Yeah,
Ghostlight is by Kenneth Opel?
Ghostlight is by Kenneth Opel. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's why Storm brought up the other books. Yeah, he's the one that wrote Thrive and what was the first one?
available.
Bloom.
Bloom. Yes. Yeah.
It's available physically from my local library. I've just put a hold on it. I shall pick it up in a few days.
There
Okay.
you go.
Yeah, he writes some creepy stuff. Some of his books have been interesting. There's one things that was about this little ink blot that came to life, and the first one I ever read by him was called The Nest, and it was this creepy book about this wasp nest, And this boy had a little brother who was the baby who was sick, and the wasp nest was trying to like make a new baby and trade it out so that the baby would be healthy, and they wanted to like switch their made up wasp nest baby for the baby. It's crazy
Oh
creepy.
my gosh.
Yeah. So this guy's got an imagination for sure.
Yeah.
And that was a Sunshine State book. Yeah, it's called The Nest.
I
But
see
not
that.
the one by
Some middle grade books these days are getting a little out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and this
Especially
one's from a
covers.
few years ago.
Some of the covers are like super creepy.
Like you were saying, Storm, that you don't look generally at authors' bios.
Yeah.
I was when I went and got those books from the library this week, I was looking, and Sally Hepworth, who does thrillers, she's
Mhm.
Canadian. Because the
Oh.
Canadian authors here at the local libraries have a maple leaf on the side to indicate it's a Canadian author. And I'm like, she's Canadian? Like, because you don't look, right?
Right, true. Well, that was some things I remember, and I don't even really look at my Twitter a lot because I don't understand how to like do a lot of stuff on there. I just post, hey, I posted a video type of thing. But there was somebody who had put a question about, if you don't like the author or something that the author said, do you like kind of write off, like not support them, not support any of their writing? Do you like kind of not read any of their books? And I was thinking, that is not the first thing that I look for when I.
That's
Totally.
why I don't like to follow authors on like Twitter and things like
Yeah,
that. I don't want to know what their political affiliation is or what they think about current
Yeah.
affairs or anything like that. I just want to read their books because
Right.
if I did, I would never read a Stephen King book ever again.
Well, that was
Right.
one of the big memes that were on there was Stephen King.
So I just like.
Also, but here's the thing too: if you've read somebody's work for 30 years and now in 2021 they said one thing you didn't like, does that negate all the enjoyment that you've gotten out of reading their books all those years? No.
I don't think so.
I say the same thing about musicians. There's a few singers that I don't personally agree with what they did or choices they made, but I will still listen to their albums because their music's damn good.
I have to agree with you. I found myself singing along in the car, even though I didn't want to the other day, to a certain New Jersey musician that's very popular, but not named Bon Jovi. So clearly it's the other one.
Oh,
and
yes.
I was just like, I don't want to listen to the song and be singing it right now, but I am. So,
And I have absolutely no clue.
well, there's really
I
only
know,
two super popular. If it's not John Bon Jovi, it's Bruce Springsteen. So those are
Yeah.
like the
Like,
two big ones.
I have no
That
idea.
would be it.
I was like, I don't have no idea where any musicians are from. Or...
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Oh, by the way, I just talked to Beth Tyree, and she's still on the way home, so she didn't know if
Okay.
she's going to be able to come on tonight or not. But she will message you when she gets home, probably on Voxer.
That's fine. Next time I'll remember to send it out on Voxer too. I don't even where it's at on my phone, it's like hidden away with like all these other messages.
Right. That's why I didn't think of it, because like this is your regular Monday thing that usually has nothing to do with middle grade May, so it just happened to fall on.
Yeah, so I was like,
Good
I'll make
ones, so.
May about middle grade, no problem. PK said imagination is one word for it, and she's talking about Kenneth Opel.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Trixie said, I just got Ghostlight from Libby. I need to read faster.
Me too. Me
We
too.
all do.
Oh, hey, Elizabeth, are you doing a book a day in May?
Oh, I yes, thank you for reminding me. I'm going to Caldecott Winners with my daughter. We're going to do a Caldecott book every day in May. So I got some ordered. I didn't get them ordered till last night. So most of them won't start coming in until tomorrow. But we've got Sylvester and the Magic Pebble on our shelf. So we're going to read that one tonight. And we may have 2 or 3 that we already own. And then I'll pick some up tomorrow from the library.
That's cool.
Nice.
So Caldecott has not been going on nearly as long as Newberry, but it was probably still, I'm not sure. I looked it up. I'm not sure what year they started. And a lot of them are going to be more elementary than middle grade, but still they're kids' books. So,
There you go.
it counts.
Oh, and in case you wanted to know, I forgot. The Bookathon is going on from now, the 1st to the 7th.
Okay.
And like the people are A Book Like You. She has like, if you want spooky book recommendation, she's like the girl to go to. She's got like a ton. And then there's also Bookphoria and Hope on the Coast are the like host for that. So it's just a week one. They do one in October as well. This is like so they do like one in May and one in October.
Cool. Yeah, Caldecott has been going on since 1938, so a little longer than I was thinking. But I was hoping to get the very oldest ones, but like my library does have the very oldest one, but then the next one from 1939 they don't have, so I'll have to skip it, and we'll try to like go in order from oldest until we get 30 of them read for this year, and then we'll pick back up next year and read another 30 or 31 next year.
That's cool.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Studio says, I read The Nest because of Elizabeth and the Overthrow trilogy with Elizabeth. As soon as I saw Ghostlight, I had to read it.
And Donna, did you even tell me about it? You read those books with me. No. Okay, it would have been your turn to tell me about one. But no. Left me hanging here. I had to find out from this day.
Yeah.
Cajun said, Elizabeth, that wasp thing is going to give me nightmares, and I'm going to have nightmares now.
I'm sorry. It was just weird. And so then like he had to go and destroy the wasp nest, but yet they had been like kind of talking to him telepathically, and he didn't want to bring himself to do it. It's bizarre. It's a bizarre book. Yeah. Donna, give me your take. Give everybody your take on it, but that was kind of my take on it.
It's like now all the Kenneth Oprah books goes on the
Right?
Inklings was cute. It was a little life, but not to the extent of the Nest. The Nest was just bizarre.
It sounded
Bizarre.
Yeah. Lisa said, LOL, not Bon Jovi. Well, you know. PK said, I wouldn't negate the past years, but it would affect the future reading. And some authors put their affiliation in their books, which ruins the story. I'm thinking of Louise Penny as an example.
Yes, she's a good example of that, which is one of the reasons why I haven't picked up the newest one of hers, because I didn't really care for the one before it. So.
Danielle said, Pat, you might see if you can get the Harris County, Texas Library card. They have the Aggie Morton ebooks and audiobooks. That's where I found them because my local library didn't have them yet.
Oh yeah, there you go. Because that one you can get that one, and you don't have to be in like Harris
In the
County.
state. That's it. Ghostlight books on Kindle for $8.99, Audible for $12.99, checking Hoopla, Chirp, and Thrift Books.
How to know you're a reader.
Everybody's gonna be having that one's like gonna be on there.
Check Libby too. My library had Bloom on Libby on audio.
They had them on Libby, but it was a 10-week wait, and I wasn't.
I was
reading.
just going to say now it's going to be a several month wait now for everybody.
Right.
Everybody puts it on there. They're gonna be like, "What is it with this book?"
So we figured out the group read, the unofficial group read.
Impromptu group read. Here we go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And Donna, who I'm sorry, I kept saying the studio. I did not remember your name, but Donna said to Elizabeth, my bad. I knew you were busy.
It's fine. I'm just messing with you, Donna.
And Amy said, I just
Thought
got
we were
close to my
friends,
life.
but you know.
Everybody's getting it. All right, we definitely have gone over the quarter past time. So you guys want to have a sprint until the top of the hour?
Certainly.
All right. Put that up and happy reading.
Happy reading.
How did you guys do?
All right.
I got to, I think I was on 115. I lost my place while I was trying to, somewhere around there. Almost halfway through it, and I just started it like whenever we were doing the sprint. So
Nice.
Awesome.
How about you, Sarah?
I got 2 or 3 chapters listened to of quackery, and I'm enjoying it.
How about you, Elizabeth?
I listened to a little bit of my Amish audiobook that I did not get finished, that I was supposed to finish the other night because I was finishing up some things. But then I started this. I read about 6 pages of Renegades. It's cute so far.
How about you,
And,
Beth? What are you reading?
Taking
Oh, go
over
ahead.
the
I'm
world.
sorry.
I'm sorry. I said in an aliens have taken over the earth sort of a way. It's so cute.
What about you, Beth? What are you reading?
Goodness gracious. I'm reading Rescue at Lake Wild by Terry Lynn Johnson, and I got to page 36. It's a really quick read, and the kids just rescued beaver kids because they saw the parents lying, like floating dead in the river. So they went and rescued them, and now they're like, we have nowhere to put them. We don't know what's going to happen. The main character is like, her grandma was that is a wild animal right there. Her Nana was a rescue rehabber, I guess. So she wants to meet Jane Goodall, and she's gonna get to, except her parents said if she brings any more strays to the house, she's not gonna get to go meet Jane Goodall. And then they rescued beaver kids and didn't think it through, and it's gonna be a thing. But it's really cute. So I'm really liking it.
Nice. I got to chapter 8 in 365 Days to Alaska. She's just hit her first day of school, so I thought it was cute that the little sister, she was so excited that she went to school and a man was her teacher.
Oh.
Yeah, that was just not something she ever had. She was always homeschooled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's not that common really there's not that many elementary school teachers who are men. I think my first male teacher was 5th grade. Up to that point, I had all.
I think mine was 6th grade. Yeah, I don't think I had any male teachers till then.
yeah, I
In
think
Katie's
mine was
elementary
5th grade,
school,
too.
they did have a male who was a 1st or 2nd grade teacher, but that was pretty rare. There was like one. Most of the males were like 5th grade.
Yeah, I don't even think we had it. Thinking back, we didn't have any male teachers in my elementary school. A fun story I always tell was in 2nd grade, I had Mrs. Jacobs, and I was always known her as the girl that threw up on her shoes. And then when I was in 6th grade, I had her husband, Mr. Jacobs, and that was how he knew me on the first day of school was, oh, you're the one that threw up on my wife's shoes.
Oh, no.
I couldn't
He's
even
like,
high
oh,
school
follow
past
me.
that.
Oh, man. Yeah, you can
My
never live
third
that.
grade teacher, third grade science and math, 4th grade science and math, and the librarian at the school all had the same name because the librarian, her sons married teachers, and the teachers got the 3rd grade math and science and the 4th grade math and science. And our English teacher moved with us. I didn't have to learn new names for the first 2 years I was at that elementary school. Got there day 1. I knew everybody I needed to know. Didn't have to learn anything. And I didn't have my first male teacher until 8th grade because I was homeschooled by my mom, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Went back and had male band teacher and male science teacher. So, and the school I work at now are 2 male teachers, high school teachers. Had never thought about it. My dad, however, is certified 2nd grade or elementary, but he just preaches and substitutes and doesn't have his own classroom.
Was it like just a backup plan for him just in case? Like getting the
He
certification?
was well, he was getting it because it was he was preaching part-time, and then he got a position as a para, and he finished up his degree so he could take over and take that job. And then the woman who had retired and whose job he was taking, she ended up not retiring. And the kid that he was one-on-one with got sent to a special school. So he just ended up like, he got all of it done. And then they were like, never mind. He keeps it up.
There you go. It's a
So
cool
it's good
thing
to have
to
a backup plan.
Yeah. Yeah. Sherry also found it at her library and
Well,
put it on
I think we've got our unofficial, official, like, group read.
group read. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I
That's it.
checked. It's not on Hoopla or on My Libby, so I
not.
haven't checked actual library yet.
That's a
I
Thrift
will
Books
now.
pre-order book and not released until August.
That's the paperback. It's out on hardcover though.
Okay.
And Beth, if you don't know what we're talking about, it's what was it? Ghostlight by Kenneth Opel.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
we started talking about it, somebody was reading it, we're talking about it, and like everybody's like putting it on there like TBR. So,
And Donna said, Canada. My husband is watching a Murdoch mystery, and we live in a mobile home community where a lot of Canadians winter. We even have the Canadian flag at the entrance of the park in Phoenix, Arizona.
My grandparents had that when
Say,
they
oh, Canada instead of Canada.
my grandparents wintered in Florida. So yes, I come from a family of snowbirds.
There you go. Pat said, I'm going to get Aggie Morton, The Body Under the Piano, and Ghostlight by Kenneth Opel on my Kindle Fire. Very
There
good.
you go.
yay.
My roommate fixed brownies and having with ice
Oh.
cream. So good night and happy reading. Well, enjoy
That
your
sounds
brownies.
yummy.
That snack.
It does. It does. PK said it's 64, The Secret Life of Miss Finkelman. OMG, it's hilarious and spot on. Jessica, about 20 more pages and watched a YouTube video. You got the balance going. Amy got to page 453.
Nice.
I got to 45% in Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library. Excellent. Nita got to 40%. Val to 14%. Danielle made it to 54%. Alicia, 200 mark. Love a book where they say, I am really beginning to hate those kids. Very funny moments. Dara made it to 20%. Tina, read nothing. Watch TikTok. I hear TikTok is a huge rabbit hole.
YouTube shorts can be a big rabbit hole too.
That's what I usually fall asleep flipping through and then smack myself in the phone in the face with the phone, and then I'm like, all right, it's really time to go to bed. Happens most nights.
It happened. I'm going to read tonight before I go to bed, and before you know it, I'm like, and like, and I was like, oh, stop.
And it's always like the most obscure thing from one thing to the next. It's like how to buy a Japanese sandwich from a vending machine, and then a stupid kid who fell off his like surfboard or something. I don't know. Jared said, "What you stitching on, Sarah?"
It's kind of hard to see what it is because I haven't done very much, but see the tree?
Yeah.
The branches of a tree. It's actually the whole picture is a witch sitting on her broom and she's got her skirt like, and then there's this like scene of like the tree in the house and stuff.
Oh,
So
cool.
Cute.
Yeah.
Cute. Jen said, I finished my book. Thank you for the sprint and chat. Gonna call it a night. Well, I hope you have a good night, Donna.
well done on that.
Jen, oh my gosh, now I'm going on a Donna. Ghostlight is getting good. A discussion about the types of ghosts which always interest me. Why we haunt. Opel is so original in his presentation of subject matter.
Nice.
Well, from what you described of Ghostlight and what Elizabeth described of The Nest, I would say yes. Danielle said, my elementary school gym teacher in Ohio was an older man. He liked to ride a unicycle. Yes, my gym teacher in elementary school, Mr. Salcedo, yes, was a man.
My gym teacher
I
was a
remember now.
female.
Was a female. I didn't have a female gym teacher till high school.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had a male one in middle school as well.
Did you guys, whenever you were little, like have separate like girls had? Because we had like girls had the female teacher, and we did like the girly things, and then the boys had the boy.
Yes,
Like, gym
the
teacher
boys
and
got
the
to go to the
boy-
weight room, and the boys got to,
And- And like I was like in second grade or whatever it is, and like the girls are like doing hopscotch and jump rope and all those girly things, and the guys are playing soccer, and I was like, can I go play soccer with the boys? And she's like, well, I don't know, go ask the gym teacher over there and see. And he was like, yeah, sure. And so I went and I got to play soccer with the boys
Wow.
because I was such a tomboy. I like to play. I don't want to jump rope and things. That was, not my thing.
Yeah, we didn't have separate gym until high school. And then none of the girls wanted to play with me and my sister because we actually played and they just wanted to like look cute and stand there. And we're like, no, you're going to get a volleyball to the face. Like, we're here to play. So,
I think the only one I bowed out of, well, a lot of stuff I bowed out of, but the big one was lacrosse. And I just remember our girls lacrosse team would come back from a game in these little skirts because they had to wear, like and then the knee pads, but they would be black and blue because they would just take these sticks to the back of their leg. And I'm like, what are you doing? It's a high school sport.
Wow.
I was serious to them.
Nope, no, thank you.
Yeah, I took a soccer ball to the face, like, and everything, and having glasses don't help. It was like smush.
Mm-mm.
I had like this indentation over my glasses. Like,
I like that Danielle's gym teacher liked to ride a unicycle. That's definitely
Of course,
stand
I
up.
always had the ultimate that if there was something I didn't want to do, I'm sorry, I have a health condition. I can't
right.
do that.
Get out of it.
I'm just going to sit here and read my book.
the one time you like your health condition, sorry.
Yeah, right? Yeah. No, I'm sorry.
Very true.
My gym teacher, I had the same woman 3rd through 8th grade. And this one, like small school, my mom was the curriculum director when I was in 8th grade. They're all friends, whatever. I have exercise and dust induced asthma. We lived in Central Texas and we had to, do the mile. And I'd be like, Coach Wagner, my asthma. And she'd go, I know, baby, here's your inhaler. Run the mile. You can do it. I'd be like,
That's a Texan
you want to
for
call
you.
your mama? Call your mama. I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Oh my gosh.
That's too funny.
That'd be crazy. That'd be like faking an asthma attack on the ground and my inhaler's not helping me.
Right.
That's so funny. Cav said, I put Ghostlight on hold at my library. The book is in, so it shouldn't be too long of a wait. But will I be brave enough to read it?
Yeah, Kev, I can relate to that. Just reading the description, I'm like, I don't know about that.
A bit. Annie said she finished her book. Congratulations.
But it takes place in Toronto, Elizabeth. Toronto isn't scary.
They're nice ghosts.
It's Canadian. They're Canadian ghosts. They apologize.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare
Sorry,
you.
we scared you.
Yeah. It's evil, but it's Canadian evil. So,
Right? Yeah, that's a big difference.
Well, you tell me how it is, and then I might read it later.
What we need is the Tiffany scale.
Tiffany would already say no.
exactly.
Tiffany would look at the cover.
Yeah,
The
she
cover
looked
would
at
have
the
been
cover and
smart.
be like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Tina said most of the TikTok I am seeing are the error tours of Taylor Swift in general.
My
That's
daughter
everything.
just went to the Atlanta show last night. She's
Oh,
on
did
right
she?
now. Yeah, her and her friend.
I saw that there were tickets for going for $40,000 on retail sites.
Just ludicrous.
I seen a TikTok, or not TikTok, but like on a YouTube short, probably was a TikTok at one point, and these guys were talking about the most hated celebrities, and Taylor Swift was like number 5.
What?
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, but everybody's always talking about how much they love Taylor Swift, and I was
I
sad.
know. What's to hate about her? Jealous, I,
I
guess.
don't know anything
maybe.
about her because I don't listen to her music or anything. So, but
I like her music. I have no problem with her music, and her is do what you want, like as long as you're not hurting anybody else. But the thing with the ticket prices, though, I mean, she should have maybe stepped in and done something because
Yeah,
the
that's
whole
what that
fiasco with the
Ticketmaster,
original
right?
selling of them was a thing.
I mean,
Like,
I
it was,
don't know how she could control that though.
that's what I mean.
Well,
You can't
no, and that
bullshit.
was the video, her saying, like, please don't pay this much to come to my show. Like,
Okay.
don't do that. Don't pay that much.
Right.
if
right.
people
it's
don't pay the money to go see them, then you would think that they would start lowering the prices. Because I mean, it's
But
like,
that's not it. It's the fact that it's scalpers who buy up all the tickets right
Yeah.
away and then turn around and sell them for these ludicrous
That
amounts
too,
of money.
yeah.
Resale.
But it's not like she's so she's not retirement age. Like, this is her last tour. You're never going to get a chance to see
She's
her
like
again.
10 years old. Like,
I think they said she was 32 or 33. I'm
I
like,
know. I went, what?
plenty of time.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
And she's
She
older than
still
I
looks
thought
like
she
she's
was.
19.
Oh, she still looks well. That was a whole thing a thing I saw that like, oh, how much plastic surgery does she look like she had? I'm like, nothing. You're showing a picture of her when she was 16 and you're showing a picture of her now.
Heck, she's got plenty of time. Willie Nelson was doing his 90th birthday like tour thing or something
And he's
like
still
that.
doing commercials with Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart. Like,
Exactly.
Because I heard that on the radio. I go, wait, Willie Nelson's 90?
if
Yeah.
the Rolling Stones can still tour, Taylor Swift is
Exactly.
fine.
Exactly. Amy said the 4453 was typo. I hit the wrong button. I'm at 45% in Escape from Mr. Limoncello. It's not over 400 pages. I was actually thinking she read 2 different books during that sprint. She got to 45% in one, in Mr. Limoncello, and 453 in the other one. I was like, good for her.
We don't judge.
Yeah. I was like,
Well, I was thinking, is Fable that long? 'Cause I have that on my TBR. I was like, wait a second.
That's funny. Jared said we had separate PEs in high school. Girls had to learn line dancing. Boys played basketball. I didn't want to learn line dancing. Daddy threatened a Title IX suit, so I got to play basketball.
Oh my goodness.
See, we didn't even have to threaten. They were just like, go ask.
Yeah. If you want to go.
I think at my daughter's middle school, they had 2 male coaches and 2 female, but it was mainly because of the dressing room. So they had supervision in the dressing room. But then
That's
once
fair.
they got out of the dressing room, they mixed it up and it was all like, you did
You could
whatever.
go to, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah, that was, I think, just for us, like once we got to high school, we definitely had changing rooms and things were separate. But I feel like most girls just put sweatpants on over their jeans anyway and was like, we're just going to stand here.
We had uniforms.
Really?
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I had uniforms in high school for gym. We didn't
For
have
gym.
uniforms in school. We had them in gym.
Oh.
They were these ugly, because our school colors were gold and green. They were these tiny, and I'm not kidding, tiny little like shorts that felt like they were like water resistant, and then a t-shirt with the school logo on it. But we had to wear that for gym.
Yeah.
Wow.
Katie did too. They had uniforms for class and for gym, and they had to change. It was required.
Wow.
We didn't have uniforms or anything like that, but we had to change into like gym shorts and stuff in like junior high.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Donna said, Sarah, happy Beltane. I hope I'm saying that right.
You are. You said it correctly.
While stitching your witchy cross stitch. My husband's birthday today as well. Well, happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday to your hubby.
Happy birthday.
She said, Elizabeth, I don't think that Ghost Light is
Okay.
any scarier than the Overthrow trilogy.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Hello, Presley.
You can
Oh.
handle that. You can handle that. All right.
She said in the 1960s when gym class taught dancing, the boys and girls got to do it together. Square dancing, loved it.
Oh, see, I would have
was
loved that.
That would have been
Yeah.
fun.
That's what we got to do on rainy days. I was in 6th grade. Our teacher had some Virginia Reel records and square dancing records. And when we were stuck inside, we pushed all the chairs to the wall and made a big space, and we learned square dancing. It was really fun. And that was in the
That's
70s. That was
awesome.
1976.
That'd have been cool to do.
Yeah, that was
Absolutely.
really fun.
My home ec teacher was a teacher that my mom had in school. So
Yeah.
and I had that happen a lot because like around here, like a lot of the ones that she had, like so I thought of older teachers and
Yeah.
everything and stuff. And we were having a fashion show because we had to sew these I had outfits and then we had to show them off or whatever it is. And I was never very good at sewing. But so my mom came to that and she told me like whenever you're in that class, she goes, whatever you do not let her know what your what my maiden name was or like who your mom was or anything like that. And I was like, why?
Secret.
And we're there and she's talking to my mom and she recognized her and everything. And it was funny because she was like, your daughter is so lovely. She never gives me any kind of problems. She's such a great child. And my mom's like,
There you
Because
go.
my mom was like, she was a little bit of a brat and stuff. Like the things she did to like her siblings alone, she was not. My grandma told her that she hopes that when she had kids, they were 10 times worse than her, and she cried.
Oh
She was a little bit of a ornery one. So
no. Oh my goodness.
Jeez. Danielle said, I had the misfortune of being in a high school gym class that was all football players and wrestlers, except for me and 2 other girls. The gym teacher was not pleased to have girls in his class. We were not allowed to touch the weights, and we could play with the exercise bikes.
See,
How nice
my
of them to
grade,
let you.
my grade 9 year, my freshman year of high school, we had a bunch of guys who, as they called it, were in the 10-year program, because my high school was #1 in Ontario for football for like 5 years. But it's because they wouldn't graduate, the guys who were playing football. So when I came into high school, I had 23-year-olds.
Yep.
These guys, full beards, like, and these are like seniors. It was scary.
That's our high school started in 8th grade for some weird reason. So you could be 12 or 13. And I remember there was this kid, Felix, who was trying to like go pro in track or something. So he was like kept staying back, and he was 21 years old. I'm like, you have 12-year-olds and 21-year-olds in the same school.
Yep.
Wow.
And I remember they were just like having them do classes, like, I'm not making this up, like basket weaving, like just to keep them.
Just to get them through.
Football.
Just to get them through.
when I was in college, I had to take like, your PE classes are different, and I took like a volleyball and softball class. Well, of course, the softball, that's going to be an easy class for the baseball players. And so there was like all these baseball player guys in like the class, and I'm horrible at sports. And I'm like, I'm not going to get embarrassed by these baseball players or whatever it is. So I made my dad like pitch me the ball like over and over and over again until I could hit the ball. Cause I'm like, I'm not going to be up there and then making fun of me every time I couldn't hit the ball.
Right.
And then they teased me because of my name, because they would be like, Stormy Weather when she comes to bat tonight.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Y'all are going to be so mad. My high school and college PE was marching band.
That's
They
awesome.
accepted marching band as my athletics.
Wow.
Junior high, I
okay.
wanted to play basketball, so I did basketball and band. But high school, I did marching band, jazz band, and I was a band aid, did private lessons for the little kids. Same thing for college, and they counted it as athletics. I didn't have to do anything else.
Oh, that's
Well, at
cool.
least you
That's
got
awesome.
to
Carry
do
around a
something
flute.
worthwhile, though. I mean, I sat on the bleachers while them, myself and like 3 other girls, we were no good at basketball. PE was basketball. And so the team practice, the rest of us, we just sat in the bleachers and talked about the Bay City Rollers. I mean, that's pretty much what we did.
Just saying a quick good night to Amy. I'm sure she already left.
Yeah.
But
He heard
saying-
her. He doesn't want to be on camera. Cheeseburger.
Girls did line dancing and jazzercise. Only the boys got to play sports in PE. Okay. And he said, always had a uniform for our gym in the 3 different schools I went to. Our school was 80 years old and the uniforms were hideous. Long skirts, and we didn't have showers.
Ooh,
Mm.
that's unpleasant. I know that one of the things that we had to do for electives was like, you either had to do auto or, whatever, like building stuff, shop. Right?
Mhm.
So, but everybody had to do one of those two. And I'm like, I don't care about hammers and nails. So I did auto. I had a vehicle. So the teacher was super. So I brought my car in and we used it. And I literally sat there and did nothing. And I passed because they used my car.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's a little
Easiest
different.
mark ever.
That's funny. That's a cool idea, though.
Mhm.
We didn't have any fun stuff like. I say we didn't have any fun stuff like that, but we had like dark room, wood shop, art
See, I did that in
classes.
college. I took photography in college and had to do my own developing. That was awesome.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
had,
took photo in like college too. And I took ag in high school, so we did like I learned how to weld because we had to do welding in the ag class.
Wow.
That'd be cool.
All right, so Don's bringing us back around to books.
Yeah.
Because we've gotten
Wait, I
way
just
off.
had two kids go to state in welding. In our ag class, 2 of my students are in ag, and they went to state in Texas for welding.
Oh,
He
yeah?
said that, and I was like, I'm gonna brag.
That's
I'm
so,
so proud of
cool.
them.
That's cool.
Oh, that's cool. So like the
They're
competition.
always like,
they
I'm
went
not going to go to college, so you're going to be upset with me. And I'm like, no, you're going to make more money than I do. Go for
I
it.
was just gonna say, being
That
a
is
welder,
fabulous.
come on,
Yeah.
they're making money.
Right?
I know it's like I wished I would have learned how to do more of that because I mean
Done a
they-
trade.
Yeah, they made.
I
a
wish
lot of
that I
money.
had learned to do plumbing or like
Yes.
HVAC, because those are jobs where you will desperately pay somebody anything to
Mhm.
come to your house and fix it. You work when
Yes.
you want to work, and you still make really good money. You didn't have any student loans, and you pretty much just started out making really good money right out of high school.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like I never laugh when somebody says they don't want to go to college, they want to learn a trade because it's like, we actually need tradespeople.
Yes.
Like they're always talking about
course.
never having enough like plumbers and things like that because people are thinking that they need to go to college for computers. And it's like, but we need somebody to take care of the plumbing and the air conditioning.
And the electrical, and yeah, absolutely.
Knowing how to write code doesn't
real.
help when your toilet's clogged up.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Yeah.
it means nothing.
And you know what? I'm going to enough college for all of my babies combined. Like, we're good. I've got you covered. You go figure out how to fix my stuff when it breaks, and I'll just go to college. It'll be fine.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Yep. Donna said, Ghostlight also explores Canadian, U.S., French, and First Nations history.
Ooh, exciting.
There's going to be a lot in this book.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sounds like
Anita said, Kitty. Oh,
I'm
I saw just
surrounded
the
by
word.
a few of them here, Anita.
Jared said, the boys had a good sense of humor about playing with me. During baseball, they played music for each person who came to bat. My song was Man, I Feel Like a Woman by Shania Twain. That is awesome.
That's delightful.
Speaking of little shorts, I always see this little boy who plays basketball, and his mom always plays an entrance song for him. And the last one I just saw was "My Milkshake Brings All the Boys to the Yard," and he looks over at her like, "Can you stop right now? Stop embarrassing me." Jared said, "That's awesome. Welders are in demand around here."
Mhm.
Yeah, all those trades. Donna said, "Love your discussions on the trade. So important." Yeah, I agree. Everybody, we need all those jobs.
Well,
So
it's like I just think that nowadays it's like a lot of people they think that they concentrate on like the whole like internet and computers and everything like that, and none of the like younger ones they don't want to do plumbing and stuff. They want to work in an office and they want to do all this, and it's like eventually we're going to run out of all those old guys that are doing the plumbing and stuff, and we're not going to have anybody to do it.
working in an office is very overrated.
Well, and a big part
It's
of
very
it,
overrated.
it is in the state testing that we have to push. All of our standards. I don't teach to the test. I don't care about the test. I care about my kids learning. But like all of the standards go to the friggin' state test. No matter what
Right.
state you're in, you have to give a state test.
Yeah.
And it's all crap. And we push it from the time they're in third grade. They take their final one as juniors. And then we push them having concurrent enrollment. There's always a chance for concurrent enrollment. You can get some of your gen eds out of the way. They push it so hard, and they are linking school success, teacher success to if your kid had a good day and was in the right mindset and had learned the exact right things to be able to write the right way on this test. And so the kids are like, well, this is what they expect us to do. And then they feel bad if what they want to do is go be an auto mechanic. I have a kid who has a full ride to college because he went to Tractor Tech, not because he made a good score on the test. He made a good score on the test. He has a full ride to college because he went to Tractor Tech and met a guy over at Tractor Tech. And dude was like, do you want to work on machines? And he said, yeah. And he goes, we will send you to college. You'll get a bachelor's degree. You'll learn how to work on all this. And you'll have like, we'll we'll pay you to work for us. We'll pay you to go to college. We'll pay for your college. And when you get out, you'll have a full-time job with a starting salary more than my salary, having
Wow.
been in my own classroom for 9 years now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He likes to remind me of that sometimes. He's a junior and they've already signed contracts. And he's like, I'm working for them this summer. I'll have more money than you.
Do you tell him just
But yeah,
remember your teacher whenever you have all that money and bring
Right?
Right.
Oh, I do. I'm like, you bring your tractor down. I've got a half acre. I need you to plow for me. Just
Yeah.
bring it on down. Fix my car while you're at it.
When I need something fixed.
I went to 2 different high schools. I went to my first high school, then for reasons I had to switch to another high school. And the second high school was referred to in town as Coconut College because it was the trade school, right? And it was just like, I was only going there for a year, whatever. And now as an adult, I'm thinking about it going, I guarantee you the kids who graduated from there are making more money when they graduated. So like, but yet everybody would make, because they were like the dumb kid. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's such a bad stigma.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah, I
that
know
was,
it's like when
I
people
love that
talk
high school.
about trade schools and stuff like that, they're always kind of scoff at that because it's not college or whatever it is. But it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's
Those
just
people
for the
make
kids
more
who
than
couldn't
most
handle college, to go. That's the mindset.
Mhm.
It's not that it's a choice. That was your only choice. That's kind of
I
mindset.
went to college and nothing.
And to be
came
fair,
of
on the
it,
other flip
so-
side, I went to college. I dropped out of college twice, and I have a pretty decent job. Like it's not just schooling that gets you a job; it's what you know.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, I say I went to a very minority heavy school. Like my school's like 98. Currently, it's like 98% minority. So they weren't really trying to push college at you. They were pushing back in the day. They were pushing go to the military or go to trade school, and you could do the trade school at the same time as you were in high school. Like you could do like a work program, or you could do the trade school. Most of these kids graduated with like a degree from some sort of trade school and went to the military, and now have a great career off the experience they had from the trade school. That's kind of what they did in the military, and
Mm-hmm.
that was it. Like they weren't just trying to push like go to college. They realized college is not for everybody either.
No.
Yeah, our high school has a program where they can go to the nearby like 2-year college that we have here, and like half a day they're at the school and half a day they're there. They pick out a trade of some sort that they want to work on. They have like
That's
auto
awesome.
mechanics and horticulture and things like that they can like perform.
Yeah, we had that where you could either do a work study program, so half the day you went to
Mhm.
school, half the day you worked. You could go half the day trade school, or if you had the right grades, you could also get your associate's degree at the same time you were doing a junior and senior in high school.
Oh,
So
awesome.
you could come out of high school with an associate's degree already.
That's awesome.
I hate testing because I'm a horrible tester.
Same.
And so like, I always did really bad on like all the tests. So
No, I wouldn't be able to handle it.
Well, in this year, my only class that was testing is my 7th grade. So 7th grade reading test comes around. Out of the 9 students, because there are 150 kids in my pre-K through 12 school, okay? I have 9 7th graders. Out of the 9 7th graders, 5 of them are on some sort of plan for something. 2 of them are English as a second language. One speaks Punjabi and one speaks Spanish. So even the way that they write in English is different.
Right.
And then we're taking these. And then one kid is just the idiot who was like, wait, there's an essay on this? What do you think I've been yelling at you for all year? Dude?
Right. Right. That's funny.
But yeah, and then these kids are like, well, what's the point? What if I don't want to go to college? What if I don't want to whatever? You're going to have to work somewhere. And at some point, you're going to have to write a letter. You're going to have to write
That's right.
down what happened because there's an incident. You're going to have to email someone. You have to be able to communicate. You
That's
have
right.
to be able to read instructions.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying, like, yes, if you want to go to college, I'm making sure you're prepared for that, but I'm preparing you for the world, not just for Comp
That's
1.
right.
Right.
I don't think my high school prepared us for anything. Because I went to college and it was a whole new ballgame.
I felt like they kept preaching to us since we were very young. You're going to need this for college. You're going to need this for college. And then I got to college and there were people there that were older than me that are like, they never heard of any of this. I'm like, But they've been teaching us this since 3rd grade. What do you mean you don't know anything about it? I was just baffled by
I tell
that.
my kids all the time. I'm like, dude, I know your teachers tell you that when you get to college, your professors are going to be like hardcore and strict, and they're not. They're not. I had a professor come in sick one time, and like you see memes about things like this, but I legit had a professor come in sick with a giant coffee mug, and she said, half of this is rum, half of this is coffee. If the coffee hits first, we'll have the rest of class. If the rum hits first, I'm going home because I took DayQuil too. And we were like, okay, class lasted 3.5 minutes.
Mhm.
She was like, peace.
Exactly. That's it.
Just-
It's not that hard.
I think I passed biology because
Just do what they tell you to do.
our teacher was like, this is what's going to be on the test. So if you wrote everything down, and all you had to do was memorize it. And
We're good.
It's college. So, I mean, it's like.
Donna said, I think our whole worldview on higher education is changing.
Mhm.
I think so a little bit, especially because of student loans and stuff like that. I do
Mhm.
think so. Jared said, it's such a part of
Oh,
our
my
school
Lord.
culture. I had a parent messaging me at 5 a.m. because her child had a fever and it was the first day of testing. She was thinking of sending him to school. Yeah. I
That's why
believe
we
that.
have makeup days.
Yeah. I
Oh,
believe that. But that's how much they have it
Meanwhile, the
ingrained in them
teacher-
about the testing.
as a teacher, my 10-year-old went and got her eyes checked on the science test day. She took the makeup today. I was like, she has to get her eyes checked. They didn't have another appointment. This is what's happening. And they were like, cool, we'll give her a makeup. Nobody cared.
Oh,
But
so
it
that's
is,
great.
it is so ingrained.
Yeah. That they would rather go
Ridiculous.
to school sick in fear of like not taking the test. Jared said the trade school program tends to be the first programs cut around here. We're fighting to bring them back.
Mhm.
Wow. And Donna said our 2-year community college system is now offering 4-year degrees in certain necessary areas.
Interesting.
That's cool.
Mhm.
That's cool. All right, ladies, we have chatted longer than we normally chat. So I've also got to go clean up some dishes now too. So we'll wrap this up. But first, you guys want to say what you have coming out?
I'll probably have like recent reads of some of the leftover ones from May that I haven't, April that I haven't talked about.
Nice.
What about you, Sarah?
I got a library book haul coming out tomorrow.
Nice.
Yay.
What about you?
I just uploaded while we were on here during that second sprint. I uploaded my ridiculously long trip vlog.
Yay!
The final cut, I'm calling it the director's cut, was 2 hours and 31 minutes.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
Lord, Elizabeth.
But I did a bunch of timestamps and all of that stuff. So what I'm thinking I might do is this would be a good excuse to try doing shorts. Like, because I stretched it all out and I showed like what I got where and all that, I might like take the bigger groups of things and do like little mini hauls in shorts and just say, these are all the Little House books I got, and do like a short of that and a short of like the canine romances. I don't know, just to try it out. So maybe I'll do that. And I need to do a May TBR because I haven't done that. And maybe an April wrap up, maybe a March wrap up. I don't know.
You guys still got to do my March Mystery Madness wrap up. But
Yeah, they're almost in April.
Yeah. I have not done it.
What about you, Beth? You have anything coming out?
I don't have anything filmed yet, but I promised the Tiny Terror that we would do an unboxing. I haven't had an
yay.
out crate in a while, and I don't remember why I ordered this one, but I ordered it and it came in, and I promised her she could do an unboxing with me. So we have that, and then our Between the Bookends will be coming in a week or so. So those will be up, and somewhere in there, I'll talk about books I'm reading and the one I'm writing, and I don't know. I'll throw something together.
Okay. That's good.
You have a kitten? Just came out giggling and said, I don't has a kitten.
Okay.
Okay.
She's like, sure, maybe, maybe not.
Mhm.
Anita said, Sarah, sprints on Friday.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard. Yes.
All right, then. All right. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you, ladies, for coming on. And we will see everybody on Friday then.
Bye.
Have a great week, everybody.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.